Hi everyone, before we start glazing, I want us to understand how the glazes work. So we have 12 different colors of glazes, and this is what they will look like after they have gone into the kiln. You will see that there is a number on each of the examples. That is to tell you which bottle to take the glaze from. Because, for example, this is glaze number 1, even though it looks like this in the bottle, it turns into this after it has gone into the kiln. So when you're picking your colors, I want you to pick from this, from all of the different little circles, instead of what it looks like in the bottle. The other thing that I want you to understand is that you have to put a couple different layers of glaze down of the same color. This is what it looks like when you paint one layer of that glaze down. This is what it looks like if you add a second layer of that glaze right on top of it. That looks pretty good. This one, the first one, looks much lighter. And then lastly, if you put a third layer of the glaze on top of it, it will look the darkest. So you should put at least 2 or 3 layers of glazes down in order to get a nice dark color. So you'll brush it on, let it dry, brush it on at least once more. Hello, 7th grade. We are going to work on glazing our name slab sculptures. So they have gone into the kiln once, and you will notice the clay is a much lighter color, and it feels significantly different after it's come out of the kiln. It's undergone a chemical change, and they are ready for glazing. So a couple reminders: you want to make sure that you are putting 2 to 3 layers of each color onto your project. You need to layer them up so that they appear solid. I also want you to keep in mind, if you want a portion of your project to be white, you must actually glaze it white. And then my last piece of advice for you: I understand that it is more difficult to glaze something that is 3-dimensional like what we have. Please just do the best that you can, particularly with any spaces that are on the inside. Try and work as neatly as you are able to. When you are using these glazes, you can mix colors together, even though we do not know what that color mixture will look like exactly because it's not on one of the test tiles. You can probably assume based on what the colors look like on those test tiles already. And the other thing, since many of us have different patterns that we want to put on, I'll grab my sketch for an example. I have a background color with some other color kind of dashes on top of it. You can layer those colors on top of each other. The colors are strong enough that they should show up pretty well without mixing too much. So you're going to use one of the paint palettes in order to distribute your glaze. I have a larger brush for my background colors and then a smaller one for my details. You'll definitely want some water and some paper towel for cleaning off your glazes. And again, just slow down, work as neatly as you are able to, and do the best that you can. All right, everyone, I have finished glazing my clay piece. I'm not going to pick it up at the moment because a couple of the areas need to dry. After you have finished glazing your projects, they are going to go back into the kiln, at which point the colors will get that brighter, deeper appearance, and they'll also get the shiny appearance. The colors will be permanently fused onto the clay. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they look once they come out of the kiln.